Hello, listeners, and welcome to today's edition of the Peggy Smedley Show. As always, I'm your host, Peggy Smedley. The AI revolution is moving fast. Or is it? It seems every day there's a new prediction about the future. It becomes difficult to separate the reality from the noise. It's difficult to separate fact from fiction. I can't but help but want to think about the 7 lies I've been hearing about for artificial intelligence. These narratives have become so common that many of us have stopped questioning them. I'll bet that's all of us. I wanted to challenge some of those assumptions today on the show. And I want to look past all the hype, all the noise. I want to look at what really matters for all of us. Hopefully this will help set the course for leaders guiding AI initiatives today. So let's start our conversation by considering these 7 lies about AI. Let's start with number 1. The race to AI is about procuring the right technology. Now, this one to me is the biggest misunderstanding of them all. When people talk about AI, they often talk about the models. They talk about the computing power, that algorithms, the big technical breakthroughs. This is all important. There's no question about it. But it's also only one part of the AI equation when we're talking about things. Companies will win, or those that are going to win will be the ones with good execution. They will know how to identify business problems. They will have a clear strategy. They will be the people who get the right people who understand the company's vision, the goals. They will know how to change processes, let's say on manufacturing plants, or they will know what you're doing when you're building on a job site. They will know the logistics, what your ultimate goal is. They will know how to help people adopt new ways of working. It's not just about technology. Technology does matter, but it's only one part of that much larger equation. It's about everything that you're doing, as we talk about in B2B industries, in any job, in any role that you have. So let's talk about lie number 2. More data means better AI. Now, we talk all the time about data and the importance of data. For years, we have said data is the new oil, and data is important. So naturally, many organizations make the assumption more data automatically leads to better outcomes. Don't get confused by that, because it doesn't. Bad data creates bad results when we're talking about AI. So duplicating data creates confusion. Outdated data creates misleading insights. And sometimes organizations collect so much information, and we've been talking about this for so long, that they become overwhelmed by it. And they should become overwhelmed, because when you have so much information, we've been talking about it being in silos, the question then becomes is not how much data you have, but the question is, what do you do with all of this data, and what do you have with the right data? How do you know what's the right data? Because there's so much data. And can you trust it? Can you access it? Can you use it to make better decisions? Because when there's so much data, the quality of the data often matters far more than the quantity. So I think that's the critical question we have to talk about, because when we have so much data, we're trying to parse and pull and evaluate it, but it's just too much data. So now we have to decide what is the right data that we actually want to look for long-term goals, long-term objectives. And we want to actually determine what do all of our different departments, all of the different parts of the organization need to be looking at, so that we're all making the right decisions for the right objectives for the organization. So let's talk about lie number 3. AI guarantees save time and productivity gains. Oh my gosh, how many times have we heard this? If you use AI, it's going to save you time, money, everything. Well, this is obvious, right? Well, let's think about it. Let's not get too carried away here, because often yes, but always no. It requires proper training, like anything else. If you throw something at something and nobody knows what they're doing, it's not going to instantly be the cure-all. Some organizations implement AI immediately and they see benefits. Okay, we get that. Others introduce AI and create entirely new and more work. Employees spend time validating outputs, correcting mistakes, learning new systems, managing expectations, rebuilding processes. Can AI create productivity? Absolutely. Oftentimes it does. We get that. But it isn't guaranteed. So don't just assume it's guaranteed, because it's not guaranteed. It requires good workflows, clear governance, and thoughtful, hear me say it again, thoughtful implementation. It requires clear understanding. It requires clear, direct objectives. And it requires, I'm going to say this many times, a strategic goal for everyone, for all the parties involved, for the entire organization, not just one plant, not just one project, for everybody in the entire organization. Now let's talk about lie number 4. The biggest risk is falling behind. Now we're all panicked, we're all hyped. This is the fear that drives many AI decisions today. Companies see their competitors investing, they got to jump in, they got to be like the Joneses. They see the news, they see the hype, and they worry about being left behind. It's a natural instinct. We just want to do it. No company wants to see themselves in the blockbuster graveyard. And if you're asking yourself who, my point exactly. But there's another risk that deserves equal attention: moving too fast. Moving too furious. Many organizations are deploying tools without clear objectives, again, without the governance, without the understanding of the business case. We have to have the proper guardrails, the proper understanding of what we're doing. So if we don't have that, we're going to have much bigger problems. And we've talked about this many times on the show, and it deserves repeating. The result is often expensive pilots, low adoption, confusion, and disappointment. That goes back many, many decades on many other implementations and many other technology and discussions on many other things. Falling behind is a risk. We get that. But so is running in the wrong direction, in many cases even worse, because teams are not prepared. Anything we do requires human involvement. It's not one or the other. It requires all of us. Each department is marching to the beat of their own drum and are not properly sharing the same vision. That's huge, huge problems for any organization, any company across the globe. So make sure you're doing AI for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. All right, lie number 5, small and mid-sized businesses can't compete. Now, I'll be candid here. Small and mid-sized businesses are often at a disadvantage when it comes to new technology adoption or new big leaps in an evolution of things that we talk about. Large enterprises often have bigger budgets, more data, more people, more resources, more. We get it. But AI could potentially change all that. It could be maybe help be a little bit more of an equalizer in some ways. Many of today's AI tools are available to everyone, and small teams can access capabilities that were once reserved for the large behemoths. The exciting part of this is they can automate tasks, they can analyze information much faster than ever before, generate content, support customers, and improve operations. That is true, but we have to look at the pace that makes sense for everybody. The key will be to capitalize this on a way that makes sense for your operations. Oftentimes, small companies are more nimble, like little speedboats. I always say that we were like that as a publishing company, and it makes decisions quickly and can adapt faster than some of the large organizations. It will be interesting to see how it unfolds in the days ahead, years ahead, months ahead. Line number 6, AI will replace most employees, most workers. Now, this is the headline that gets the most attention, that stirs up most people. It is also one of the most oversimplified when we use that. AI will change jobs. This is true, is without a doubt one that we all are paying most attention to, because some tasks will be automated, some roles will evolve, and we've seen that as other evolution of technology has come into play, as we've seen new tools come into our roles over the decades, new skills will become more important. But history shows that technology often changes work more than eliminates work. And we see new skills, new development of things. The printing press did not eliminate communication. Computers did not eliminate office work. The spreadsheet did not eliminate accountants. The internet did not eliminate commerce. What actually did happen is jobs changed. We saw that. Skills changed. Expectations changed. But people remained essential. And the important thing here is the creative side of what we are still going to need is no matter how many things get connected, how many things that AI will actually help bring together and solutions it solves, we're still going to need people to help bring that creative element to no matter what we do. So we have to understand that what that'll evolve, we never knew back in all the things we just talked about, the same thing with the printing press. We didn't know all the new industries that were going to emerge. Just like now, as we look at our industry on the creative side, we have no idea what will emerge. We all thought, too, when the internet came, there were going to be no books. We see more books being published than ever before. So we'll see a lot will happen. We still don't know, but we're still in the early stages of all the creative new ideas that will emerge from humans who are very creative. Line number 7. Once AI is implemented, the job is done. That's it. AI solved it all. We can all go home. Now, this is perhaps the most dangerous lie of them all. And I say this because many organizations, or some organizations, maybe that's an oversimplification, view AI as a project. We need to understand this. They buy a tool, or if you buy a tool, you deploy a system, complete a pilot, and check the box. Hey, it's done. How many times have I said digital transformation is a journey? It's not a destination. You need to be thinking about it this way again. Business conditions will change, get stuck. Where do decisions slow? Where do errors often occur most? Start there. Then ask a simple question. Can AI help solve this problem? When you get to those answers, now you start thinking about AI. Okay, listeners, make sure to share and subscribe to our episodes each week. Share your thoughts with me on X at Connected World, or follow me on LinkedIn and YouTube and continue the conversation there. Please check out our newsletters and our blogs at connectedworld.com, or our show website at thepeggysmedleyshow.com. Remember, we broadcast live every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, and you can check out our podcast every Thursday. This is the Peggy Smedley Show, your voice for our connected world. And remember, with great technology comes great responsibility.